And I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us names. I can feel the sunlight shining in.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name's Brian, and today is Monday, February 12th, 2024, and this is episode 631 of the Lots Project podcast, and it's titled Just Pay Up, and I'll be chatting about how some people react to ticket prices, as I was seeing online this weekend, a chat with a good friend from Saturday night, tons of rain, and lots more. First, let's see who's hanging out with the coffee crew in the live chat. Grab a cup and we will chat for about an hour. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How we doing? Good morning. Who is in the chat so far? Gingerbread Farms in first at 5 a.m. That's not bad. A little closer to showtime, guys. That's good. You're dialing it in. And he said he heard some sports ball thing was on TV yesterday. I'm pretty sure something about Taylor Swift smoking a big bowl on TV. I don't know, some Super Bowl. Taylor Swift was there, and I imagine they were doing all sorts of weird shit like that. Good morning, Rewilder Life. How we doing? Pip says there was sports ball yesterday, and Gingerbread says something about Taylor Swift. And Rewilder Life was doing what everybody she was doing. She was making money and planning a house. Hey, Jim. Good morning, Jim. Jim missed the sports ball, too. He probably fell asleep in the chair waiting for it to come on, because that's what old people do. Hunter holding down the fort over on Twitch. K-Bonk. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And Cormac. We got, you're probably about lunchtime over across the pond, I would say. Maybe catching some Lots Project morning show on lunch break, so... How we doing, everybody? How was your weekend? Hopefully you had a good one and you are ready to take on the week ahead. I did. I mean, I had a good weekend. I think, as far as it could be. Lots of things out of my control. Definitely lots of things out of my control. I definitely have dialed in, or am starting to. I shouldn't say I'm there yet, but definitely dialing in recognizing what I can control and what I can't. I guess with the Daily Stoic, as I'm reading the Daily Stoic, as I'm diving in. Last week or so has been talking a lot about impulse control and recognizing impulses and realizing what comes of the decisions you're making, and it's changing the way I'm thinking. So Gingerbread Farm says Taylor Swift has been tackled more times than John Elway. What an odd comparison. Are you okay? Are you driving a truck right now? Because you may be having a stroke. Rewilder Life said she had caffeine. She's ready to conquer the world. Speaking of caffeine, what's in the cup this morning? What is in the cup this morning? I got breakfast blend. John Elway was a quarterback for the Denver Broncos in the 90s. I have some breakfast blend in the cup. This is fantastic blend. Brian Norton over at Food Forest Farms, who's going to be following me, I guess, every morning. He's going to be rolling a morning drive show over on his channel after this. He wants to roll right into that. He's been enjoying getting up at 4 a.m. Pacific to watch the show. And he's going to roll it out. He did a coffee tasting last Friday and really enjoyed getting back on the camera. So he's going to be jumping on after doing a morning drive time, wake and bake, I guess is what he's going to call it, and roll with his take on the news and whatever comes up. So that should be interesting. Rewilder Life was wondering about a link to that. Hey, anybody can grab that, grab Scramblin's link and drop it in actually, Rachel, it's in the Telegram group. He posted it last night. It's him in a cat mask. I'm not sure what that has to do with morning wake and bake news talking, but I don't know. It should be good. There he is, Pickle Pete, and Backwoods Butcher swinging in. Pip and I says, is Swift that transportation company? I see those trucks on the highway that say Swift. She is a she is a yeah. Gingerbread says Swift trucks are easy to work on because they're always on their side. Yeah, from what I've seen in truck stops and damage done by those guys, Swift is not the it's easy place to get a job when you're new. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. Chris Dixon, good morning. He nailed it. That's trailer Swift. Man. Oh, the Taylor Swift memes were pretty on point this weekend. And yeah, I guess okay, Super Bowl was yesterday. It was. I actually asked Corey on Sunday morning, yesterday morning. I said, "Hey, today's the Super Bowl, right? Today is the Super Bowl." The Starbucks of truck driving. And yeah, I was uninterested. I was so sick of seeing the Taylor Swift, both like seeing her name just hurt my brain by the time that shit came around, both on the good side and the bad side. The people just in love with her and all that bullshit, and then the people just hating on it, and the people defending her from the people that are hating on it. I'm like, what a fucking shit show. It's just a girl going to a fucking football game. I don't know. Pickle Pete says he made $2 on the Taylor prop bet. What was the Taylor prop bet? There must have been a million of them. Like, was she wearing her hair in a ponytail or did she wear a t-shirt? I don't know. Did she clap in front? Did she clap in front of her chest when her boyfriend scored, or did she raise her hands in the air? Oh my god. Pip says Pickle Pete says that the prop bet on Taylor was the over under if she had a drink in her hand. I'm surprised it wasn't a red Solo cup. So rewind back to like early 2000s when Taylor Swift was very barely opening music venues, and or the opening act. We were at WeFest in Detroit Lakes, and this big ass country festival, 3 days. I don't know, probably 7 or 8 acts per day, and she played early afternoon, so she was probably three or 4 acts before the headliner. And and we were watching, and Taylor Swift comes out, and I was like, meh. I mean, she was getting popular. She probably had a couple albums out, but she wasn't huge yet. And I'm sitting there, and later that night, Toby Keith comes out. I think Eric Church played that weekend. Some of the old outlaw country people were there. And I see this Taylor Swift chick up on the stage, and she's all innocent and talking about heartbreak and boyfriends. And I was like, I'm betting Toby Keith is tagging that shit behind stage. Like, they're staying in these places overnight, and he's ruining her. I don't know if it was ever the case, but I mean, she used to be a young, attractive girl. I don't, now she's just, it's like, Pip says the CIA all of a sudden comes out and says, no, Taylor Swift is not a CIA asset. And Pip was like, man, that's a weird thing to say. No one asked. Holy marketing plan, Batman, from Chris Dixon. Yeah, what a way to bring in a whole new viewer base. Teenage girls to NFL football. Hunter wants to know if she got engaged at the game. Oh no. Rewilder's life says Toby Keith died. I know that's sad. It was. I mean, it is kind of sad. I mean, the dude, he had an interesting life. I think a lot of a lot of the people that liked Toby Keith's music, especially, I mean, me included, didn't know a lot of the backstory of him, how long he wasn't in music before he was in music, and his football career and things like that. So with his passing and all the articles and stuff about him, it was interesting. I always liked Toby Keith. His music, he got a little bit America for me, but man, when he was America, so was I. So it all fit. Many times holding the beer, screaming, "Yeah, put a boot in their ass." Well, that was me. That was me for sure. Well, I think from what I did because I have to be a man of the people. You guys have forced me to do this. I did check the score this morning, and I saw that they won in overtime, and I said, before I even looked at the scoring to see how it went down, I was like, okay, Travis Kelce, who is Taylor Swift's boyfriend, I'm guessing he scored the game-winning touchdown at the end. I'm guessing he scored the game-winning touchdown, and Taylor Swift jumped around. Like, this is my if I was going to write the Super Bowl, if I was going to write the script to the Super Bowl, that is what I would write. After the whole season, after all the blah, blah, blah. And I looked, and the touchdown wasn't scored by her boyfriend, but I scrolled up one play, and look at that. The big play to set him up for the touchdown. There he was, Taylor Swift's boyfriend. I don't know. I'm over it. I'm over the football stuff. Is it fixed? Is it scripted? I don't know. Probably. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money on the line, guys. And what do we always say? Follow the money. Follow the money. Jim says yawn. Yeah. Sorry, Jim. You're getting tired. Anyway, that was last night, I guess. I watched some Survivor to get caught up. So when Kyle goes on Survivor, I know what's going on. Hunter said, "Did you see Biden?" Hey, Brian, I was going to ask you. Hey, Pickle Pete, what was the line on that game going in? What was the spread? Did you see Biden posted dark Biden pic with caption just like we drew it up? No, I didn't. Who's dark Biden? The over-under was 47.5. What was what was the spread? That was what was Kansas City favored? Anyway, let's move on. That was Sunday. I already talked way too much about it. Jim says NASCAR's fixed. Next you're gonna say wrestling is too. Let me say it was 2.5. It was 2.5. Are you serious? Oh, wrestling isn't fixed. No way. Give them bread and circuses, and they scream they aren't cheap. Yeah. Oh man. Well, Super Bowl Sunday was exciting for us too. Saturday was a ton of rain. A ton of rain. Man, it rained. it rained, and then it rained harder, and then it lightened up again, and then it rained even harder than before. And even when it felt like it wasn't raining, even like when it felt like it wasn't raining, it felt like it all stopped. Um, oh my God. Sorry. Sorry, Hunter dropped a picture into Telegram. Interesting, guys. Interesting. I gotta get back to this show. Sorry. Anyway, it rained. It was just like pooling up in the yard. The dogs didn't get a very good walk either in morning or afternoon just because it was constantly raining. And I think when we asked people what Tennessee was like in the winter, they said it rained. And I think Saturday was what they were talking about because it just never stopped. And it was supposed to be all day yesterday, and yesterday actually turned out to be a decent day. It was cooler, but in cloudy and overcast, but it didn't rain, so that was nice. That was nice. Um, but Saturday night, I was able to have a chat with one of my buddies, Kerry Brown from Strong Roots Resources. He had been out the week before talking or walking Delinquent Scully with me. We had dinner, Corey and I, and Kerry had dinner, and we talked about uh, his sheep that he's getting started with. Kerry is over in East Tennessee. He's got some land he's on with his parents and his brother. They each have their own houses on this piece of property, and he wanted to get some ruminants on there. We all know the startup rigmarole, as far as money you got to put out there, education, crash course, and everything that happens with getting started with animals and the what you got to put into it. Uh, Carrie found an awesome situation, and when he told me about it while we were having dinner and while we were walking around Delinquent Scully, I was like, man, this is what people should do. This is what people should do with sheep. It's what people should do with goats. It's what people should do with cows. It's what people should do with pigs. Um, Basically, he's an apprentice, and the person he's apprenticing with is supplying the animals, the infrastructure, and he's providing the labor and the land. And in the end, he's going to end up with a starting flock of sheep. It's phenomenal. Pickle Pete says printing money with sheep. Yeah. If you are interested, if you're getting into this, and we even talked as far as I never even thought about it. I never even thought about it, but this is even a decent, it would have to definitely be defined, but I think you could pull this off with rabbits also. Rabbits have such a long cycle time. If you're creating a breeding program, if you're not just bringing them in, you're not buying breeder does and bucks. If you're buying your first pair and trying to breed them and trying to raise your own breeders, man, we would wait a year. We would have a year of waiting for a breeder. So you have a litter of a dozen rabbits, and you sex them, and you get, say, six females, and we would wait a year to breed them. I mean, you can do it at like 6 months, you could do it at 8 months, but from the research we had, you wanted to wait a year to make sure that they were ready to breed. Man, a year is a long time to wait, and to feed a rabbit to get to a year old and go to breed it and it won't breed, or it breeds and it has a litter and it doesn't take care of them, or you breed it and it has 2 litters in a row that it doesn't take care of, and you end up lost a year. We kind of got around that by adding in breeders when we had to, or keeping multiple, but then you're feeding them. It's all a guessing game. I think having established breeders that you're caring for, that your labor exchange is for a portion of what the product is, both the meat and the breeding stock going forward, without having that initial upfront investment. If you're in it for the long term, you should be able to willing to do this for a year or two. Carrie's term is 3 years on his, and he ends up with half of the new flock that is lambed during that 3 years. So I don't know. I think it's a great thing. Backwoods says it's a great idea. I just don't have the trust in people with my animals. It is definitely something you want to have a relationship with people. Weird. You're going to have to talk to people. You're going to have to interact with them. You're going to have to communicate effectively with them, lay out clear guidelines, boundaries. You're going to have to help them and mentor them. And when they have questions or you see they're doing something wrong, that's what you do, is you educate them on how to take care of the animals. I wouldn't suggest putting an ad on Facebook like looking for someone to take care of my sheep. I think it's definitely a higher level than that. It is a word of mouth. It's a networking thing. It's a trust factor. It's a community factor. And I mean, there's got to be people close to you that are looking to do that, are more than trustworthy to do it, and you can trust that. Can you trust? I mean, can you trust anybody? I don't know. Gingerbread says she keeps eating the babies. Well, there you go. You got a bad mom. Happens. Rewilder Life says, I'm hoping to intern on a farm next year, since it looks like we'll be on our farm in around December. Congratulations, Rachel. Congratulations on the kickoff of your activity on your farm. It sounds like it's going to be awesome. Sounds like it's going to be an awesome experience for you and your husband, and I can't wait to watch the whole thing. So she says she has experience butchering and everything else homestead, but not actually raising rabbits, pigs, and sheep on a pasture. Not rabbit in a colony. Yeah, it's a whole different ball game. So I'm excited to watch Rachel's stuff and watch that homestead develop. I think she's got her shit together for sure, and has done it the right way. So, oh God. Anyway, Carrie was on. You can check that interview in the live section of my channel. I believe he streamed it to his channel. It was a good chat. I really enjoy Carrie. Carrie brings value to every conversation that he has, for sure. Definitely brings value. And yeah, anything you can watch with him, you're gonna take something away from it. I know I always do, and I love talking to him and hanging out with him. So Gingerbread Farm says, I just divorced a bad mom, so now I don't trust anyone anymore. And Dixon said, this one will be easier. Yeah, you can kill this one and you don't have to go to court. And you can eat it too. Oh yeah, and then I jumped into Backwoods Butcher chat after my chat with Carrie and had fun with the meatheads over there. Oh man, speaking of Carrie, Carrie's doing Friday Night Lives now. You should check him out on Strong Roots Resources. He's basically doing a recap of his week. One of his segments that he's coming up with is his interactions with Marketplace. He sells a lot of trees and different things. Jim says Jack's looking for expert counsel. You and Carrie should contact him. What am I going to talk about on the Survival Podcast? What expert am I, Jim? Lay that out for me. Carrie, you should definitely contact him. Me? I don't know. What do you guys want me to talk about on the Survival Podcast? Carrie's doing a segment on his show about interactions on Marketplace, the people that he gets to interact with as customers, or people that don't actually quite make it to customers for him. Pickle Pete's wondering if Jackal talks psychedelics. Maybe. I don't know. And so I think that's hilarious, the Marketplace stuff. You don't know if you've never done it. Backwoods Butcher said being homeless in style. Nice. Oh no. Am I gonna do the gas show? Jesus. Oh man, I don't know if I could do enough expert counsel segments on gas stations. I don't know if I want to be the gas guy. Anyway, Carrie, if you guys have ever experienced Facebook Marketplace, if you've ever listed something on there, as a consumer, it's not quite as bad. But when you're selling stuff, some of the people that you have to interact with just makes you not want to ever do it again, unless you have fun with it. And Carrie is a guy that he really he really he does well with it. Let's just put it that way. Jim says he sends questions, you answer them, how hard it could be. Well, you have to have a topic for the questions, Jim. I know you're old and senile, but you forgot that part. Hey, if you have questions for Brian and about anything in the world, just send them over. Anyway, Carrie sparked this off the other night when he was doing his Friday night thing. And over the weekend, I can't remember if it was Friday, Saturday, over the weekend, the East Tennessee Homestead Alliance, I want to say. I didn't look too much into I didn't look too much into the organization or the festival or anything, but Carrie is going to be speaking and a vendor at their first festival. I think it's the East Tennessee Homestead Alliance. Other side of the state, I probably won't be going. It wouldn't make sense. But Carrie's going to be speaking there. Carrie's going to be vending there, and they announced that Joel Salatin is going to be their headline, their keynote speaker for their first festival, which is really cool. Excited for him. People were excited. They were posting it around. The people that are going to be vendors, kind of tied into that community through Carrie and through Nicole with Living Free in Tennessee. And so I see the posts, and everybody was excited about it. I was excited about it for them. Carrie's excited that he gets to speak on the same stage as Joel Salatin, somebody that he's followed for 20 years. And the vibe was really positive. Really, really positive. And then Facebook. I'm reading these comments, and you know how the one comment, Rachel knows the feeling. Yeah, Rachel says, that's awesome. I know the feeling for sure. So you know how Facebook will, like, you got to post and then it'll show one comment, maybe one comment and the reply to a comment. Well, I made the mistake of clicking on the comments. I did it to myself. But holy shit. So Backwoods Bookshare says, oh, me and Joel go way back. Yeah. Way back to fall. So I clicked on the comments. Now, I got to tell you about this festival. From what little I know about it, I reached out to Carrie after I saw these comments, and I'm like, dude, okay, so what is this? What is this what is this East Tennessee Homestead Alliance? Is this like SRF? Is this a 2-day event? Is this a 2-day event? I see they got Joel Salatin speaking. You're speaking. You're going to have a vendor tent. They're putting a call out for vendor tents. It seems like it's going to be a decent event. He says, yeah, it's going to be fantastic. It's like at a very spacious facility, a very nice facility. The lineup of speakers is coming along. 2-day event in July. So lots of stuff going on. And he's like, they're adding people all the time. They're adding vendors. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so these comments make no fucking sense at all. Everybody was excited. They were teasing Joel Salatin as the headliner. I think this post might have been asking who you think we're going to say, or this one was like when they finally announced it. And there was this woman, I'm not going to say her name because I don't really care. There's plenty of them out there. You could just pick your Karen. One comment that really fucking twisted me up was, tickets are $100. I didn't even pay $100 to go to Polyface Farm. Well, excuse me, ma'am, but Joel isn't the only one speaking. It's a 2-day event. That's $50 a fucking day for information that you can use to walk away and make your life fucking better. Guess what? If $100 is too much, then don't fucking pay it and don't come. But don't be a fucking twat bitch and fucking say it that it's too expensive for you. Then say it's too expensive for you. Say that the $100 is too much, and I'm sure there's fucking 20 people reading those comments and be like, hey, if you need help, I'll throw you 20. Or are you just bitching to fucking bitch because you think everything should be fucking free? I don't know. It wasn't that she just put the comment. She didn't just put the fucking comment. She replied to other people's comments asking questions about her incessant need to say how that it's too fucking expensive. Then don't go. Don't fucking go. Pip says, just because $100 is too much for you doesn't mean that you need to tell everyone you're in the poverty mindset. Exactly. The other one that irritated the living fucking shit out of me, and I can't exactly blame her because I didn't dig in. I didn't look and see what she was promised, but I don't think this should have been promised, even if it was. I'm pretty sure that there is an age 12 and under are free or 12 and under are discounted, which I think is absolute fucking bullshit. If a human being walks through the door, they should have a fucking ticket. They're taking up the spot on the ground, seat under the tent, the attention of the presenters. They should pay a fucking price to be there. Just because they're little doesn't mean they pay less. I saw a lady say, why does my 12-year-old need a full price ticket? Because your fucking 12-year-old's going to the festival just like everybody else. God, I hate people. And they have a public forum just to be fucking idiots, too. I mean, I do, too. But, man, that irritated me. Kyle says, stupid kids walking around with their stupid tiny legs. Getting in the way. Talking. Being happy. That's what Pickle Pete says. He's probably going to take a shit or piss in the toilet. He's probably going to sit in a fucking seat because his little legs can't stand up the whole time. He's going to have to take a rest and take somebody's seat. Probably an elderly person that needs to sit down like Jim. Jim's going to have to suffer because all these little kids get discounted tickets or free tickets running around, causing trouble, irritating the shit out of people, because you know the people that bring their kids to events because the kids are free are the people that don't watch their fucking kids when they're there. The people that pay full price for their kids, make sure their kids pay attention and get the full price of the ticket. Kyle says, get your own juice box, you little shit. Pip says, because you're 12 years old, because your 12-year-old has every opportunity to learn what a 22-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 17-year-old, an 80-year-old like fucking Jim, you have, the information is presented the same. And if you feel that your child is mature enough to come in and participate in the festival, they're going to take something away from it, and you should pay for that. It's value for value. You get value when you give value. So just stop with your, my kids should be fucking free. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I think I might have had a bubble burst in my head this weekend. Gingerbread Farm says most adults aren't mature enough. Kyle says, I'll never have kids. Oh, shit. Too late. Maybe Kyle can start the first program like Carrie's doing with the ruminants, but with kids. Oh wait, I'm pretty sure that's trafficking. No. Oh man, it just hurt. It hurt. Like, why are people like this? So everybody screams about inflation and like the prices of everything's gone up. And the price of this festival is $100 for 2 days. Like, that seems like, if that's inflation, if that's going to rise, Pip says, I bet she votes blue. I had some insider conversations that some people I know may know the name, may know the person talking about the $100. It's not blue, it's purple, guys. It's purple. It's purple. Purple breathers. Purple breathers want everything for free. Yeah, so that twisted me up a little bit. I had some conversations with some people about that as it was transpiring, and I think it's absolutely ridiculous that the event organizers have to deal with this shit because they placated her. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I think that legit that the kids have discounted tickets or free tickets, which is a fucking horrible idea in my opinion. I probably won't be going to that event just because of that. Just because if I'm going to an event like that, I want to be able to pay attention at an adult event. Not necessarily that there's off-color or adult themes, just the distractions. Kyle says, we have a really nice hairless Ecuadorian that we'd love to place with you. That's not good. That's not good. But placating and just like bowing down to it's too expensive. And Avelina. Pickle P says, can we bring bad mannered puppies? No. Keep your yappy dark your all your dogs misbehave that bark while people are trying to listen to presentations, that piss on people's legs or shit in the walkway. No. Got an interview coming up Wednesday, guys. For all you guys that have had questions over the year or so that I've been working with the Blockstream Jade. interview on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central. I'm going to have Drew Fisher from Blockstream on. We're going to be talking about hardware wallets. We're going to be talking about getting started in crypto, Blockstream and the products they have, the Liquid network. Yeah, whatever comes up. So if you got questions, we're going to try to keep it at a beginner or intermediate level for the interview. So definitely come on and hang out during the day, middle of the day on a Wednesday. If you aren't going to be able to make it, if you know you're not going to be able to make it, but you have questions you want me to ask Drew, feel free to shoot them to me in a message and an email on Telegram, wherever. I have a running list going that I will I will check out, or I'll ask Drew. We'll dive in. I have some questions for him. But yeah, we're just going to go over the Jade, what it is, why it's important, why you should have one, and whatever else comes up. So I'm excited for that. And a big reminder, guys, and Rachel wouldn't forget. I just don't feel that Rachel would forget. Wednesday is Valentine's Day, gentlemen. If you have a woman that gives a shit about Valentine's Day, other than good morning, sweetheart, happy Valentine's Day, and you give her a kiss and maybe make her extra tea, things like that. If you need to go all out, you still got a couple days to figure it out, to get your flowers ordered, to get your restaurant reservations made, to make your spa appointment, to get cleaned up. Pip wants to know what day Steak and BJ Day is. It's probably every other day than Valentine's Day. I don't know. I always thought it was the day after, but then they moved it. It's one of these Mandela effect things. Mandela effect. At one point it was the day after Valentine's Day, and now it's like, I think it may be March 14th. I don't know. Kyle says my wife knows what she got. Yeah, the 2 kids that he's trying to farm out. Got Kyle's offspring. Oh, Corey and I have gotten into this pattern now of watching old Survivor episodes just to be up to par when Kyle makes his appearance on the show. We want to be cognizant of all the terms and the gameplay and all of that. And so we've been picking random old seasons and watching them. And last night it was I was watching the first episode of whatever season it was. whatever season it was, and one of the guys came up, and you know how they have, I talked about it, the ex NFL player's wife, they bring up their name and it has their profession, and it said pro race car driver Jackman, and I looked at the dude and it was Ricky Bobby. I swear to God, they put Ricky Bobby on Survivor. Gingerbread Farm says Michigan has Sweetest Day too. What's that? What is a sweetest? Is that someone that indulges in sweets? Is that somebody that's a bigot towards unsweet things? You're a sweetest. I don't know. So that's been fun watching the girlfriend day, the side chick. Oh, Gingerbread says the chick you're banging. Pickle Pete says girlfriend day. Wives get VD from Sweetest Day. Is Sweetest Day before Valentine's Day? Oh no, that's not good. That's not good. But Ricky Bobby's on this season. The last season that we watched, they did some shenanigans. It was pretty cool. Corey and I were all excited. They the one dude made a fake immunity idol, made it, and it looked legit. I was impressed. But he gave it to somebody, and they actually played it at the thing, and they were like, I got immunity. He goes up, play it. They're like, yeah, this is fake. And Corey and I were loving it. But not only that, the dude had the stones to do it again. Twice in the same season, the dude made a fake idol and was able to manipulate players with it. I was impressed. I was definitely impressed. So I don't know. Survivor's kind of growing on me, Kyle. Survivor's kind of growing on me. And the only way to make it solidified is to have one of my friends go on the show. Good luck. Good luck. Yesterday got the week 5 video out for Amazon influencer program. That's been going all right. The Amazon influencer program's been going all right. I'm still having mass issues with deliveries. UPS, especially USPS. I haven't really had anything come that way, but yeah, UPS is infuriating to me at the moment. So I'm trying not to think too much about it. I had some stuff. I told the story on Friday about waiting for the UPS man down the road, and he drove by the post office. Later that night, I got a notification that they attempted delivery at 5:58 p.m. Now, I'm not a smart man, but in this little town, I'm not sure. And in this is a very sparsely populated area that we're in. I'm trying to fathom the fact that there's 2 UPS delivery routes that go through this tiny little town. And it could be possible. It could be possible. It could be that there are 2 trucks coming from 2 different directions, traveling at different speeds, leaving at different times, and they never intersect in the town. There could be. I do live on the road really close to the in and out of town where the UPS truck comes, and I see him come about the same time every day. I see him come. Pip says, "Wasn't this a math problem?" Yeah. I see him show up between 11 in the morning and leave about 3:30 in the afternoon. And I'm guessing that he probably works till about 6:00, or maybe the people at the sorting facility work till about 6:00. But I can't recall in the year that coming up here on a year that we've been in this area, I haven't really ever recalled a UPS truck in town at 5:30, 6:00 in the evening. I'm curious who tried to make that delivery attempt at the post office at 5:58. Or maybe, just maybe, it was on a truck at the UPS facility that didn't get delivered, and somebody went out and scanned them so that Amazon doesn't have to return the package because it was going to be late if it didn't get it delivered that day. I don't know. I get these crazy ideas in my head sometimes that maybe something isn't as it appears on the interwebs. But that tracking number that just all of a sudden had an attempted delivery at 5:58, right before people were getting ready to go home, and it saved Amazon from issuing me a refund because it said, come back on February 8th. If it hasn't been delivered, we will start to issue you a refund. And all of a sudden there was a delivery attempt made. I don't know. Backwoods Butcher says, if two UPS trucks leave the distribution center at the same time going different directions, at what time will Brian get his boxes tossed around like a battered woman? Hunter says, whoa, now, careful, you're getting into that conspiracy theory. Man, it's bullshit. Like, I literally, when that thing updated, I want to stake out the post office. I want to be proved wrong. I want to have to eat my words on this show and say, no, they drove by, they drove into the post office, the lobby was closed, they couldn't deliver it at 5:58 in the evening. I want to be sitting in that parking lot waiting for them to show up. I want to be wrong. But unfortunately, I have a sneaking suspicion. I have a sneaking suspicion that it's not the case. Pickle Pete says, yep, put an air tracker on the truck. Corey can make a diversion. Here's the awesome thing is, I applied through Amazon Creator Connections to get some tracking devices, not AirTags. These are like high-end spy gear shit that you can put on your kid's car to find out where they're going, your wife's car, if she thinks she's dicking the guy down the road, shit like that. If I get one, I mean, there could be a legitimate expose done with the product for UPS delivery scams. I don't know, maybe. Pickle P says, yep, put it at Pip says Brian sends a pic of UPS driver having late lunch at the Mexican place, attempted delivery. That wasn't even at 6 o'clock, dude. That was at like 3. Jim says hi to trail cam by the post office. Yep. Kyle says I'm gonna be dressed like a street light in the parking lot. Yep. I don't know. It is what it is. Here's the deal. The one package I'm a little more irritated about than the other one. Actually, the one I paid for. It's stuff from Amazon that I paid for. I paid my money. It's stuff that I need to do some testing. It's stuff that I ordered intently to get it. I have some other stuff soon that I'm ordering that I want to get in time. But like the other stuff, the free stuff that's coming, the product stuff to do videos, it is what it is. Like, I get it. But one of them was supposed to be delivered on Tuesday, was the first day. When they shipped it and the guy gave me the tracking number, it is a freebie thing. It is. I just don't want it to be lost because it was supposed to be delivered on Tuesday. Then it was Wednesday. Then it was Thursday. Now it's Monday. So we're going on over 2 weeks in transit because it took forever for it to get here. So I don't know. We'll see. Hunter getting spiritual, asking Jesus why it's so cold outside. I don't know if Jesus controls the weather, or you're down in Texas, or you just asking, I'm not even gonna go there. That's not right. Oh, I got a couple minutes left here. I just was poking around the interwebs this morning. Backwards Butcher says, hi, my name's Brian. I hate kids at festivals and when free shit doesn't get here on time. Yeah. Like the free shit, I don't care. Like, I do care, but I'm not as concerned if it gets lost. It's kind of shitty if I have to go back to a vendor and be like, hey, I can't do your content because they never delivered the shit. That kind of is awkward and sucks, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Bopping around the interwebs this morning, I saw one thing I'm going to hit before we take off here today. Australia has passed or it will be passing. It's kind of moving through their form of government, but pretty assured to pass a right to disconnect law. And I'm like, what do we got going on here? There wasn't any context. It was just kind of a trending headline. And I was curious if it was like they're passing a law that you can disconnect from your power company. You can go off grid because that's been a hot topic at some points. It's hot topic at different points. I didn't know. So I clicked on it. They're actually passing a law in Australia that you can ignore unreasonable calls from your employer after business hours. Is this a thing where we have to pass a law for people to just not answer their phone? I'm not saying that I wasn't willing to answer the phone for the majority of the time I was employed at other places, but there was a point where I just said no. I turned it off. I think people have gotten into the position. Pip says, simple fix, don't answer or find a different job. I think we've gotten into a position where people are so leveraged. People are so leveraged that they feel like they have no other choice. So Australia's passing this law. They are currently, I think, fourth in fourth in the world in work-life balance statistics. Work-life balance, I think they were fourth, or this would move them up to fourth. But the interesting part is the article was like, and guess where the United States is in work-life balance? Hit me in the comments if you can guess where globally by what the hell was the magazine? Remote Magazine. Remote Magazine did a listing of the top countries for work-life balance. It was like Spain and France, and Australia's jumping up with this new heading back to this new thing. Gingerbread says 75, 50, 230. Hunter says 237. 53, guys. 53. 53rd ranked country in the world on work-life balance. We're supposed to be the richest nation in the world. We're supposed to be the most prosperous nation in the world. And for some reason, we just do it. We have to work. That's why, I guess. Pickle P says balance is for the weak, all in or all out. Yeah. When you can think for yourself. When you do something that is worth being all in. I think that's probably the key. Pip says indoctrination worth ethics. Yeah. Jim says, I don't believe anybody's numbers anymore. Gordon John Palmer, thanks for swinging in. Yeah. I think we've been led down a path, and it's been on my show notes before, and I've never really gotten to it, but the why are we so fucking busy? As Americans, and I don't know in other countries because I don't live there, but as Americans, why are we so busy? With work and with other things too. Why is there an incessant need to be absolutely hair on fire running around all the time? And maybe I'll explore that some more some other day. But I think that goes a lot into Rachel says hustle culture. I don't know if it's necessarily that. I think hustle culture is more of a get out of it, a means to an end. At least for me. Gingerbread Farm says taxes. We only keep a third of what we make. Jim says it's all about the almighty dollar. Rewilder Life says we do it to kids and it's very bad. That's where I was going with it. It starts when they're crotch goblins and they're running around, carpet draggers or whatever, the carpet monkeys, or I don't know what they call the kids, like where they run all scooting around. And from day one, you got them in 18 activities, 3 per night, plus their homework, plus. That becomes natural state of mind for a kid. Shifts them right into the workplace, shifts them right into being busy. It keeps them distracted. It keeps them tired. It keeps them unmotivated. To keep up with the Joneses, to make money, to buy more shit, to keep the fucking machine running. Maybe. I don't know. Hunter says, as a man, I'm useless if I'm not producing. Producing what, though? That's the question. Checking the comments here before we get out of here. Sorry, guys. Backwards Butcher says carpet munchers is a different thing. Yeah. Anyway, guys. If you have some time after, you might want to hop over to the Food Forest Farms YouTube channel. He's going to be rolling with a show right after mine, Drive Time, Wake and Bake, and talk about the news. Is what I understand. Man, it's Monday. Let's roll into the week. I'm hoping this week is a little smoother than last week, where I don't have to make 2 trips down to do my weekly chores and I get 4 full days of work. That would be fantastic. Other than that, I appreciate all you guys listening. And if you enjoyed the show, it is always free to hit that like, share, and subscribe. Please share it with someone that you think would have fun coming on, hanging out in the morning, having a cup of coffee and a few laughs and some serious conversations too. But to return value for value, please consider joining one of those YouTube membership tiers or listening on any value for value platform like Podverse or Fountain.fm. Stream them sats, baby. Stream them sats. We hit 48,000 on Bitcoin this weekend with Chinese New Year, just hovering a little bit under that. But man, Scrambling has that prediction of 100K by the halving. Only 2 months to go. I hope he's right. I don't know if he will. We will see in a couple months. Visit thelotsproject.com to find more information or find all my links. Check out Scrambling over there on his channel for that Wake and Bake on the left coast. Hey guys, you have a good day. You have a good start to your week. Make it through, and we will catch up with you tomorrow.